hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella.
Hello, welcome to Cat Lady's Kitchen. Today I'm going to throw together a cheeseburger pizza, a tangy cheeseburger pizza, and we're going to start. I just kind of jotted down because I'm making the pizza crust. You can use canned, or the refrigerator kind that you get or whatever. I'm going to make it from scratch because I don't have one of those, and so we're going to make the pizza crust. And we are going to start with 1 packet of yeast. And we're going to put some warm water in it. And it says here 2/3 cup of warm water. Now I took this recipe offline for the pizza crust. I mean, I could come up with my own or whatever, but I thought let's be safe. So warm water coming up. Okay, so 2/3 water right inside there with the yeast. It calls for 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And remember, sugar is to activate the yeast. Sugar feeds the yeast, so you need sugar. Okay. Then it calls for salt, a pinch or two. It says 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to use a pinch. I use the sea salt. It's a little bit more granulated, so I'm just going to use a pinch. That's all that's really needed. Checks the yeast. Okay, then it calls for 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And let's see, how are we going to measure this today? No, it looks like 3. And then flour, it says 1 3/4 to 2 1/4 cups of flour. What I do with my measuring cup. I kind of, here. Like it'd probably be good. And of course you can add more water or flour depending on the consistency that you want. Now, similar to bread dough, you want it just a wee bit sticky, not much, I'm just going to take and use my hands to finish mixing it. And then you're just going to leave it in the bowl. I'll show it to you. You're just going to leave it in the bowl. We're going to pour a little bit more olive oil over top of it. We're going to leave it in the bowl, cover the bowl in the warm spot while we prepare the hamburger topping. And so I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to start to make the innards, and I've got the heat on. I'm just going to put a splash of olive oil in here because the hamburger will have some grease. And I've got just a round 1 pound thing of ground beef. I'm going to open this up. I really should have had a sharper knife, but that's okay. Put it right in there. We're going to brown it. Now, I think that this recipe, I'm going to be able to get 2 pizzas out of this. And this is just an easy recipe. Okay, start that. And I've chopped a medium to large onion. I'm going to cook that right in there with the ground beef and then put the plate back over top the pizza dough. And then I'm just going to give this a stir and let it kind of cook for a little bit until it's kind of brown, then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I just drained off the excess grease, and now we're going to put something really good in here. Taco seasoning mix. Just, you know, when you go to the store, it's always a cool idea to have different things like this on hand up in your cupboard, your pantry or whatever. Taco seasoning, chili seasoning. It's not just for tacos. It's not just for, you know, just, you got to use your imagination with some of these things. I have to figure out what to do with my scissors. Okay, and I've got my cheese ready, and I even chunked up some block cheese into it, the softer, you know. And then we kind of mix that up, and then we put about 2/3 cup of water in with that and stir it up real quick. And then, after I stir it up real good, I'm going to cover it and leave it on the very lowest setting for a few minutes until the moisture is kind of thick. And let me show you what it looks like. There we go. This is the BYC. See how the onions are kind of becoming a little bit more translucent, opaque, or whatever. Smells really good. Okay, and as you can see, it's kind of, you know, I'm going to try to get some of these meatballs a little bit broke up a little bit more. Cover it, simmer it, and then we'll get the pizza crust ready. Oh, preheat your oven to 425. Okay, not sure what happened there. I must have bumped the button or whatever. But anyway, I made the two balls out of, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. Okay, the reason these clips are a little bit different is because I did find a battery charger for my other camera. And I didn't let it charge enough because I was excited and I wanted to get this recipe done for you today. Okay, so, as you can see, I've got the pizza dough. One's going to be a little bit thinner than the other. And I'm just going to split up the mixture between the two pizzas. I like to get everything. Yay! And then I'm just going to kind of spread it around a little bit. And then after we put it in the oven's been heating thoroughly, we're going to let it cook for about 12 to 15 minutes. And check on it. And about 12 to 15 minutes should be sufficient, but you can always, you know, check it a little bit earlier if it smells like it's almost done, or leave it in a little bit longer if you like it, your crust a little bit darker, you want the cheese to be kind of bubbly. So we're going to put them in the oven now. Okay, so the timer was beeping on my stove. And we're going to take these babies out and take a look at them. Oh, and there's the other. Okay, and there's our cheeseburger pizzas. And I'm going to chop up a tomato to put on one. You can put the tomato on before the cheese if you like, but I think today we just want the tomato on it just as is. So. Okay, we've got tomato chopped up here. We're just going to put that all over this one here. Tomato juice and all. It's almost like eating a flat cheeseburger. Some people like tomato on their cheeseburger. Then give it a cut. Now let's see what we see. I'm going to take a piece of the one without the tomato. I hope you can see this okay. Let me just take, there it is, my slice of pizza, cheeseburger pizza. Nice and tangy. Let's take a try. Ready? It's delicious. Yeah. Really good. Oh, wow. This is really, really good. Okay. So, I hope you try this easy recipe one of these days. And if you do, tell me about it. And happy eating, folks.
The moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine. That's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella.